Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We are back. We have made it back to the UK in sunny England. Just watching some videos in the background while uploading some of the videos that we recorded while we were there. In case you saw the TV screen and wondered what the hell's going on. So the plan was to put all the Rugby World Cup videos into one video. Then the Japan game happened, so I've had to separate them all up, and I've made a playlist with them, which is why I'm wearing my England rugby shirt that I wore while we were there. I was going to put on my Rugby World Cup Ireland 2017 top on, but it's in the wash. So it's all split up into three different games we saw while we were there. We were front row, which was great and bad at the same time, which you'll see. Because we were front row, loads of people just decided they didn't want to sit down and just wanted to walk up and down all the time. So there's I don't think there's any clips where someone doesn't walk past me while I'm filming, which is really annoying. We had two seats next to us, free for two of the games. The England game, two girls sat next to us. Who had booked those seats, but only came for the England match. So because it was front row, people kept walking past, should we sit here, should we sit there? And I was thinking, just sit down, I don't care, I don't want you to sit next to us, because it's not where you should be sitting. But if it sits you down so you're not stood in front of me, feel fucking free. We had loads of Americans behind us, which I'll mention. One thing I didn't mention, I'm sure I didn't mention in the video, was the fact that in the England game, when the two England girls sat next to us, we were four in our section of Americans, Americans and Canadians. The Americans said something about tea to them. Something like, oh, look at the English, oh, should we have a spot of tea? Have you got any tea for us? Like this or something like that, with that sort of accent. If you think I'm being overdramatic, that's the sort of accent they tried to give it, which was funny. And the England girls took it in their stride, and I loved it. They turned around and said, oh, yeah, don't worry, I've got some tea for you in here. And when the other woman turned around and said, have you really? She said, no, we steal it from the hotel just the same as you. Which made me and Lauren laugh. We enjoyed that moment. And I was saying to Lauren at the time, it's weird that we're sat in the away end in a way. We were sat amongst the Americans and Canadians when we were playing against them. Something you'd never see in football. But everyone was so lovely, and you wouldn't have known the difference at all. I was really impressed and really happy with that. And it didn't make a better atmosphere, because it would have been obviously a great atmosphere to be sat with the England supporters, but it made a really interesting atmosphere for us, and it sort of added things for me. I enjoyed that. I've got the list in front of me of the game, so I'm trying to remember what I need to mention. We saw The Hacker. It's the first time I've seen it live, obviously. It's the first time Lauren has ever seen it live, which was a big moment for her. It's the back of their heads. So because of where they did it and where we were sat, but I didn't want to run around and try and catch the hacker. But it was really interesting and really cool to watch. There are some fan zone sections in this at the start of the playlist and at the end. There should be, if I put it all together right. But if not, then it's not a huge issue. Just things to watch out for. So me and Lauren, I think it's mostly Lauren. I record Lauren playing some of the games and stuff that were available there. But I believe it's going to be the Japan video. Wherever the Japan video ends up in this, two things to mention. One, I'm pretty sure the Japan video has, right at the end of it, some more fan zone bits. And there was a live band playing, and at some point, I'm sure I filmed the New Zealand girls dancing along to the music with fans and with other teams, and that was a really cool thing to see and witness. It's stuff you don't expect, and coming from different sports, because this is really Lauren has been my introduction. This past year has been an introduction to rugby for me. It's a really cool thing to see that they do. Just for the fun of it, just to make the atmosphere and have fun. It proves that they just want to have fun, and I love that. It was a really cool moment. They also, in the Japan, this is definitely in the Japan video, during the Japan game, there was these young girls off to the side, kids really, with drums, and they were doing different beats and stuff like this. And then when I went for my break, and you see them all come through the tunnel, they were doing a dance while they were drumming. As I came back in, I tried to get the camera out, it finished. The second time they did it, it finished and I missed it again. The third time, I caught the whole thing. So there is a whole clip of the actual dance routine. But the second time that I missed it, I caught the last 8 seconds, and I just put my camera in the air and tried to get as much of it as I could. If you look closely, the New Zealand girls are there as well, dancing along with these girls, and it was such an amazing moment to witness, really. To think, people that watch rugby probably aren't surprised by this, but to think that, look, the background I come from is like wrestling, which stuff like this does happen in wrestling, a little bit in your independent circuits, but like football, you would not see this, in my opinion. You would never see this in football, but rugby, it happens all the time, and it really just made the day extra special for everyone involved. Those girls especially, but for everyone involved. So there's really cool little moments that you'll notice throughout the whole playlist. I'm going to shut up now because this has gone a lot longer than I wanted it to. I'm sure there's some things I wanted to mention, but I've forgotten them. I hope you enjoy this playlist, and I'll see you again in the next one.